If you have to try hard at something, it starts to feel like proof you weren't really cut out for it. That's the smart person's relationship to effort. You don't avoid effort because you're lazy. You avoid it because when you have to work this hard, something in you reads it as a verdict. Maybe I'm not who I thought I was. Maybe this isn't actually for me. So you stop attempting things you can't already do. I competed in figure skating for a few years, and skating is one of those sports that asks you to hold two things at the same time. It asks you to be incredibly curious. So much of the sport is small adjustments over time. What happens if I change this position of my hip? What happens if I shift my weight a quarter inch sooner? You have to wonder about something so tiny to see if it accomplishes what you wanted. It also asks you to let go of what any given practice says about you as a skater. When you're learning, you lack the skills to execute certain elements. That's the entire point of practice. A bad practice is not an indictment of who you are as a skater. There will be plenty of bad practices. That isn't the question. The question is whether you stay curious enough to come back tomorrow. Curious enough to wonder if the next practice might contain something you've been looking for, and whether you keep refining the foundational elements, the ones that look like nothing, so the harder elements down the road have something to stand on. That's where skaters actually get made. It's in the willingness to work on the unglamorous parts without making them mean something about your future. But when effort reads like a verdict, you can't stay curious. You have a bad practice. You read it as evidence you aren't really a skater. You have a hard meeting at work. You read it as evidence you shouldn't have taken the job. You write a draft that doesn't quite land. You read it as evidence you're not a writer. The verdict closes the door on the only thing that would have moved you forward, which is coming back tomorrow with one small thing to try. You don't get good at the thing by deciding what each rep means about you. You get good at it by being curious enough to come back. Subscribe for more on why smart people stay stuck and what actually moves the needle.